Mac Buckley here with the UCCS Athletic Network after a game from your women's basketball team. Here we have Jen Vigil. Jen just played against Morningside College, and that was a great game, a good battle overall. Ended up losing by just a point. What can you take away, Jen, from that loss moving forward?
I think the biggest thing to take away is that we have a lot to work on. I think in every team the challenge is staying stagnant, and so I feel like this obviously shows us that we still have a lot to learn. We still have a lot to work through. I think our offense is something that can definitely use work. We had a ton of turnovers in both games, so I feel like cleaning that up, kind of the little things, I think will be a huge improvement through the rest of the season.
And talking to Coach yesterday, he said consistency was a key. You ladies just started off lights out, playing phenomenal. But Morningside put on a full court press there in the fourth quarter. Really, how do you bounce back from some team from the Morningside that's giving you a different look in that fourth quarter?
I think you just have to adjust. I mean, what really killed us towards the stretch was three-pointers. You know, we were up and then they just started hitting a lot of threes, and we need to be ready for that. We need to understand that that does happen at end of games. Teams are still fighting, and we need to make sure we don't lose our players. We get out on them. Little things like that are crucial, and honestly, that's what killed us towards the end.
Yep, you were ahead by 2 points going into that third quarter, really came out and then dropped a couple more buckets there. Jen, you had another high this season of 21 points, really just right there, 21 and 21. How does that make you feel? Does that build confidence as far as going into the next game?
Yeah, definitely. I think that I had a rough shooting night last night, so tonight I definitely wanted to be able to contribute more scoring-wise. We were pretty flat yesterday, so it was good to at least come back and be able to score. It kind of gives me confidence that, you know, went through a little dry spell, but I can at least hit a shot, which was good to know. So that's important. I think sometimes when your shot's not hitting, your three's not hitting, you have to think of other ways to score. So I try to drive a little bit more this game, drive and kick, things like that.
Jen, you were driving a couple times as well as your sister driving, and then she would pop that ball out to you. It looked like just you two passing out there. It looked like you knew where you were going to be before you got there. Does that help at all, being that bloodline?
Yeah, it's a huge advantage. I have seen her play enough and played with her that I really know where she's going, so I know certain ways that she drives that probably means she's actually not going to finish, she's going to kick it out. So I usually have to be ready for that, and vice versa. So I think that definitely gives us an advantage because I just know what she's doing out there, and she knows what I'm doing, and that's kind of a skill that I've never had another player where I really knew what they were doing 100% of the time. So it's a huge advantage for us to be able to do that.
And Jen, on the night, you went 8 for 17 from the field, 5 for 12 from beyond the arc there, had a total of 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. Jen, you're able to do it all offensively and defensively, it seems like, and I just continue to ask how you have this so much energy and so much stamina, continue to do that the entire game.
Honestly, it's just something where I've always dedicated as much on defense as I have offense. I feel like the way that I play defense, the more steals I get and the more pokes I get, actually kickstarts my offense. So I think in my mind, playing defense really is the center for everything. So as long as I'm playing hard on defense, I usually do well on offense as well.
And Jen, we talked in the early season how you using your height to your advantage. You had several steals there. It looked like the girls were just stunned that you stole the ball and caught it off of them. When you make those steals and then go down and make a nice layup or pass it off and then give, Tori Fisher a layup, how does that help as far as overall team play there?
Oh, it's great. I think that people always make fun of how small I am, but I'm really at the level of everyone dribbling, so that's actually extremely beneficial. But it's great. I think that when someone gets steals, it kind of builds team morale, and I think people get excited about steals, so I usually just try to do whatever I can to get the team ready and excited, so whatever I can do to help.
Hey, Jen, this was the Thanksgiving Classic going 0 for 2, non-conference play. Next week I'm going to be at home in the Gallagly Event Center. Is that going to change up the play as far as having that 12th man, having those fans there to cheer you on?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we love home games, and it's great to have the crowd there, all our friends there, and things like that. I just think this week in practice, we definitely need to be ready and be focused and work on the things that we needed to work on from this past weekend. Learn from this weekend. Again, understand that you can't go 0-2. That really hurts us, but at the same time, it can help us grow and hopefully kind of light that fire and let us know that we do have home games coming up, and we don't lose home games. So hopefully that definitely helps.
There you have Jen Vigil, a post-game interview after the loss against Morningside College. Mac Buckley here with the UCCS Athletic Network. Hey, Jen, thank you so much.
Thanks.